Welcome back, my faithful Legionnaires. Today we are back in GTA 5 and doing another mod review slash showcase. And today is going to be the Akira class ship from Star Trek. Now, this is personally one of my favorite ships in Star Trek. I've even got the little model of it on my bedside table. So, Legionnaires, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. There's a little subscribe button down there. See it? See it just down there? We'll wait. We'll wait for you. Okay, now that you've hit it and you are now a part of the Legion, we will get on with the video. Now we are using our Nissan Titan to get to our location. So this is going to be a very familiar sight in the game, as you will find out soon enough, because I will be featuring it in the beginning of every single one of the GTA episodes until Nissan decides to sponsor us, and even then we will continue using it. So let's hop in and we will head to our destination. Listen to this girl turn on. So nice. Now, Legionnaires, we'll head off to our location and we will show you the ship. So sit back, enjoy the ride, and we will be there soon enough.
Much later.
And just like that, Legionnaires, we are here, and this is the beastie that we're showing off today, and it is the Akira class cruiser from Star Trek. Now, this thing has made several appearances. I think I probably should mention that, and it is going to be a very nice one. So let's hop into flight mode, so to speak, and have a nice look at it. Now, this ship has some really good details on it, like the there we go, here we go, this is it here. This is the weapons photon torpedo bay kind of thing. It is modular, so that means like in different times this can be changed out to a science module, so that way, you know, for longer missions and survey missions in Starfleet. The Akira class is also one of the only ships that has a through-and-through shuttle bay, which is located here, and then it comes all the way over to the front. So this is the way the shuttles would exit the Akira. So therefore, usually the deflector dish would be placed right there, but instead the main deflector dish is placed under here. Now, the overall length of the Akira is approximately 464.46 meters long, which is an outstanding length in real time. Now, and let's not forget top speed at warp. She has a max speed of warp 9.8, which is pretty damn cool, I must say. And she has a rough crew. It's not exactly always 100%, because depending on what the mission requires, but she has approximately 500 crew members, which I think is pretty damn cool. Now, this is the good old nacelles, the nacelle, and then you got the nacelle pylons, which is very, very cool, very fancy. And the Aztecing on this particular design is very nice, I must admit. So as you pan through here, now the weapons system on this thing, it is meant to have phaser strips and all that kind of stuff, which I believe would be these bad boys right there. So they would be the phaser strips, and it is like almost a full 360 degrees on the phaser strips, which has it on the top and bottom side of the ship. And those little hexagon looking things, those would be the escape pods. Now, this ship doesn't function exactly like how you think it would in game. Well, I mean, not in game, in like canon kind of thing. This thing, it has its own little features for weapon wise. This thing will fire torpedoes and laser, like little laser pew pew kind of thing. But that's okay, because, you know, like I said, this is GTA. It's not going to be exactly straightforward, you know, like everything straight out of the game, but it is still a very nice model. Now, I will show you how this thing is going to fly very soon, and I'll also show you what it looks like inside the cockpit. The cockpit is located just here behind the shuttle bay doors instead of the main bridge up here, but that's okay, because you're not really looking at it for the where you sit in the ship. It is more of a just a nice looking thing to have in your game. Now, unfortunately, I still haven't figured out how to save these ships in my game yet. I'm working on that, but it will happen eventually. So that about sums it up for the nice display and a bit of fact checking of this ship. Now, okay, another fact thing I just remembered is that this ship is very, very closely modelled on the NX-01, but it is just literally flipped upside down and added some extra bits and bobs to make it look like it belongs in the right century. And the right century, when it was launched, was the late 24th century, being a total Star Trekky nerd right there. So Legionnaires, what we will do is pop back down, hop in the ship, and that way you guys can have a good look at what that awesome ship can do in game. So Legionnaires, let's hop into it.
Graduation day.
And just like that, Legionnaires, we are in the Akira itself. Now, this one does have an actual name on it, but I can't be stuffed trying to pronounce it. So, yeah, well, you already seen that it had a name on it when we were doing the nice screen fly through over it. Now, to engage it, to fly up as per usual, you just do the good old hover. Up we go. It's a very nice model of this particular ship. It is one of my personal favorites, and like I said before, if you want this particular ship in your GTA, I will leave a link in the description to this particular ship. Now we will engage engines so we can start flying, all puns intended. So here we go. Now when getting up to the altitude, this thing, it cruises like easy peasy lemon squeezy. And I will give you a look at the cockpit as well. Like I said, this thing, it's a bit like the Venator class one that I showed you the other day. Kind of looks about the same on the inside, but that's okay. But as you can see, when we're getting up to altitude, you get some very good, what's the word, motion of movement when it comes to flying it, because it's not as big as the Venator class that we showed in the last episode. So, well, not last episode, the episode that we first did, our first episode. But with this one, it cruises around so much more easy. And we will do some screenshots of this particular ship, so that way you can have a good look at it. I mean, look at that, cruising through the air. And we'll head inside. See, as you can tell, we are sitting inside the shuttle bay. Well, what would be the shuttle bay of this particular vessel. So, that's what the weapons, lasers look like. I really wish they made it look a little more like phasers, like they actually fired phasers. I mean, I'm pretty sure the Akira does have turret bases like that. And then we've got the missiles, which kind of look the same as the lasers, but just a little bit slower. Now we'll head back out to the outside. Look at that. Absolute beautiful machine. Go bring it down. And the sound quality on it is just second to none as well. So we'll do some maneuvers up here. Now, I would highly recommend also with this one turning your mouse sensitivity up, so that way you can get some sharper moves and turns than I'm actually doing at the moment. I haven't turned my mouse settings all the way up, just because I know it's not an overly big inconvenience, but it's something that I really can't be bothered doing, because when I play the game just as is, I don't really need it to be that sensitive. So we'll do a you know. So, and seeing the shadow there on the ground looks really cool as well. So we get a nice couple of shots if we can. There we go. That's a nice shot of it. Just cruising for a bruising. Dual barrel roll. And then it becomes the NX-01. Now flip it back over. I thought that was a pretty nice move there. Bank it up a little bit. Start throttling it down. Put it into hover mode again. No one wants to see that angle, come on. There we go. Alright, so we'll land it and we'll close out the video as we per usually do. Come on. Landing these things can be a bit of a pain in the ass, I think. Bear in mind, I don't have my pilot's license, you know. Alrighty, here we go. Landed right next to the car. No, that's not our car. Where's our car? There we go. We've landed, Legionnaires. Now we'll hop out and we'll close out the video. So bear with us.
Tic-tacs later.
Well, there you have it, Legionnaires. The Akira class. I forget the class, well, the particular type of vessel it is for Star Trek, but it is a very nice one. It does have some very nice specs. If you do want to find out more about the actual Akira itself, do some research into it. I do know some a little bit more information, but I don't have my book on me at the moment. So if you did enjoy this episode, Legionnaires, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, as it really does help us out, and it is literally just one little click for you, but it means the world to us. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, Legionnaires, and so until the next one.